Hello. I was interviewed with Keith Andrew. It was a wonderful interview,
Say who
and
you
I'm
are.
I'm I'm Gayle D. And my Instagram is couples model underscore New York, and Gayle D. And there's Amy, my daughter, and Chuck.
Yeah, hi. My name is Chuck. We've just gone through a really great interview with Keith Andrew. I'm glad we met his acquaintance and learned about his show. I'm a retired optometrist, and I do occasional acting and couples modeling. And I found this is a really entertaining and a great experience. And I really want to thank you for having both of us today.
The whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can sell them out to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities. Never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are, who you're going to be. So prove to them, sell them out to something. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith Andrew, and you know what today is? Today is Monday Night Raw. You can watch Monday Night Raw on Peacock, watch the highlights on YouTube, go to WWE.com. Also, make sure to watch the replay of WrestleMania, 40 years of WrestleMania, and it's going to be another 40 more to go. Our goal is to reach 100 WrestleManias, but if you want to watch WrestleMania 40, that was a good show. It's a 2-night event. But today we have two great guests here on the KeithAndrewNetWork, and our first subject is brought to you by WrestleMania 14. First question I want to ask you is, tell our audience a little bit about yourself, and what were you guys doing in 1998?
What we do? Well, I'm 20 years younger than him. I know I look about 30 years, but that's because I color my hair to look like my daughter. Oh yes, in 1998, I was freshly out of college because I went back to college for human services, then coaching, some acting. I'm a jack of all trades, and he must have been like a hippie back then.
And I wouldn't go that far. 1998, we had just recently met each other. Probably about 97. So we were dating. I was still working in a medical center.
A second marriage.
Right.
His first marriage, he's a widower. And I had an emotional abusive partner. And I found true love now. My partner in crime.
I'm happy for both of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
People can be really shitty.
Yes, they can.
And like I said, it's uncensored, freedom of speech, self-expression. You can keep it PG, but I want you guys to feel comfortable and express yourselves any way you want.
Okay. Yes, we did some not porn, but like couples acting, and we did one like remember here there we talked. They asked us like questions about romantic, and we were in. It got about I think it went viral. So it's called the Gayle and Chuck Show, and it's like almost like I Love Lucy.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great show.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you, when you watch behind the scenes, do you think it kind of takes away from it? Because I give you an example. I had a crush on Elizabeth Montgomery. I thought she was a beautiful woman. I wanted to marry someone like her. But then you look at behind the scenes, and then you find out the person was really shitty. You know, you see, I don't know if you know, she got up, she left her husband, her and her kids, to go with another guy to France. So it's kind of like, well, the character Samantha I like, the person on the other hand sounds really crappy.
Yeah,
so,
I don't really care too much about their personal life. I'm more involved with the character. If they're projecting the character I like and I can enjoy it and I can get lost in the show, it's great. Okay. What they do in their own life, who cares? All right. It's just interesting stuff to read in the paper, but I'm still going to like their movies. Okay. I like Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
I think he's fucking insane. Okay. I don't agree with a lot of the crap he comes out, that he says, but his movies, other than the one I didn't like, Passion of the Christ, because it was a little too gory for me. But, he's a good actor. And so I just overlook his
shortcomings.
Or like Woody Allen. He's a Woody Allen lookalike.
Well, was.
And we don't really stand for that, that the rumors that he married his daughter. But, she was older and it's contradictory. But, and it's funny, we have an Asian girlfriend who's doing a documentary on us, and she looks very similar to her. And he looks similar to Woody Allen. So I joke around. Oh, there they go,
Yeah, I really don't care about their personal lives. That's their business. Okay. If someone comes into my office, I'm not going to discuss everything about my personal life, and nor do I really want to know everything about people who come into my office about their personal life. That's the way I look at with actors and entertainers.
I did see Seinfeld on the street once, so he was a little standoffish.
No, he has a reputation for being that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
we mean in a good way, right?
In a good way.
No, he's really nice. I wish I got the chance to meet him, knock on wood, maybe one day. But let me ask you, are you guys professional wrestling fans?
I'm not really into wrestling. How about you?
I used to watch it when I was younger, like in high school, college, but we knew half of it was fake, but it was just entertaining to watch. All right. I mean, we didn't take it seriously.
I know. We like the sexy women wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
or the ones that hold up
hot
the
women
10.
in bikinis wrestling is always good.
Or hold up the sign, number 10.
Yeah. They're always good. The guys, who cares? I'm not interested in them. But at this point, I sort of gave up on that. Anyway, all the good wrestlers are actors now.
True. The Rock is an actor. John Cena.
I like his movies. I mean, they're mindless entertainment, but I like them.
And I like the Rocky, the movie.
Which one was your favorite Rocky?
I think the first one.
Probably,
when he called his wife, girlfriend, Adrienne, is that her name?
Yeah, Adrienne.
Yes, yes, that touched my heart.
For me, I would say the third one was the best one. And that's actually had Hulk Hogan in it. He was Thunderlips.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, I forgot about that.
It kind of reminded me of the Terminator because they had like one or two lines, and they were both big men.
I think one of my favorite scenes in the third Rocky, Hulk Hogan was so big, and there's like, oh, well, why is he being carried to the ring? And Mickey's like, he's walking to the ring, and everyone's like, how much do you think he eats? I don't know, 236 pounds, and it's like now weighing his challenger weighing at 236 pounds.
Wow. Oh my God, I can imagine. He taught me a few years ago, the bigger the animal, the bigger the poop. I never put two and two together.
It's like the joke, George.
Have a dog to know that.
So you were talking about Rocky, how much he eats. So you can imagine it afterwards.
Right.
So it's like the joke George Collins said. It's bad enough you have to look for shit in one direction. You don't need to dodge flying turds too.
In New York City, it's horrible. They don't clean up as much as they should. But they say it's 10 years of good luck. So, we have a lot of luck.
Now, there's a couple of things I want to ask you, and you can throw it back at me.
Okay.
I am like an hour, 2 hours away from Brooklyn. I'm near like Central Valley, New York, in the Hudson Valley.
We're in Queens.
Oh, upstate. Okay.
Okay.
So recently, the asshole mayor decided there's a pond called Goose Pond, and it's also called the Twin Lakes in town. But it's called Goose Pond because there are so many geese there. So people were complaining about goose shit. So the asshole mayor round up, not him personally, it would be funny if he actually got his hands dirty. He pretty much round up all the geese and he killed all of them.
What?
What? Oh my
Wait, he
God.
killed them?
Yeah.
Oh,
And now as you go
I'm
around the
probably a
lake, it's
vegetarian.
not really Goose Pond anymore. It's kind of Goose Pond.
Oh.
All right, well.
Oh, that's, oh my gosh, because even though I'm not a vegetarian, I'm vegetarian, I'm an ally. I don't eat red meat, and you could say I'm a
No,
pesco.
this is more about people stepping in shit.
Yeah, but
Come
I'm a
on.
Yeah.
pesco, but even the animals, I'm a pesco
Yeah,
lover.
I can see where, I don't agree with killing them. I see where the people are coming from. We went, was it last summer, the summer before? We were in a park not far from here, in the botanical garden.
Yeah,
And we're
Queensland.
walking around, and there's an area there where the geese just love. All the Canadian geese are there. It's a big hangout.
Yeah.
You gotta really watch where you're walking. It's like you need boots.
Boots, that's true.
And now that they got rid of the geese, not to interrupt, I do apologize.
I picture it like this, ba-boom, ba-boom, like one of those like carnival shows where you just do the geese.
Although personally, I like the geese.
I do.
They give personality to the place.
Yes.
Don't move to the country if you don't want to, be. I was
Right,
gonna say
live in
be.
the city. You like that type of thing. Move to Manhattan or move to Brooklyn.
I was just telling the other day, I saw like a Clydesdale horse.
Clydesdale.
And they were going to get rid of the horses about a few years ago. De Blasio, right?
Yeah.
It was a Bloomberg. De
No,
Blasio.
Blasio.
And but the horses give it character.
No, you're absolutely right. It's like I said, it's uncensored. You don't want to live with the animals. Move out of state. And let me ask you this point of view, because I like to get you guys fired up, and we can talk about anything. For me, I find the city to be a real cesspool. And what I mean, we need help to people who need help. We need prisons open. Enough with, you probably heard the story. This guy got arrested 14 times, and then they let him back out on the street. You have idiots subway surfing.
Yes, well, the subway surfing, that's mostly idiot teenagers.
Yeah.
All right. And all that accomplishes is they kill themselves. All right. The problem we have with the other idiots on the street is that with the bail reform we have, you get arrested, you commit a crime, you get arrested, and then the judge can't do it. And he just lets you right back out. And you're back on the street doing the same crap again. So all these idiots who are attacking people in the street, punching women in the street, 24 hours later, they're back on the street.
Oh, is that because the jails are overcrowded?
No, it's because we have bail reform in New York, and then the judges are not allowed to keep them there. It's difficult. So it's a state legislature has to fix that.
The next one I want to ask you, you can talk about politics if you want or not, but people are like, oh, if you vote for Trump, he's going to fix it. I think he's going to make it worse. But
he will definitely not fix anything.
Yeah,
he didn't fix anything when he was president. All he did was give us a cabinet full of clowns
of
who
his
didn't know
people.
what they were doing. All right. And he just made a mess. You can't have a government where you go, yeah, if this agency passes a rule, we're going to take away 2 rules that they have beforehand. He doesn't want to fix the environment. He really doesn't care about anything. It's just looking how he can make a profit. And unfortunately, I don't know what people see in him. It's just like he's like a demagogue. I guess they like to see a strong, powerful guy who speaks his mind and doesn't give a shit. But in the long run, and I get in this argument with a lot of people, if you vote for him, unfortunately, I think you're voting against your own interests. Unless you're a billionaire or a multimillionaire, he doesn't care about you.
That's right.
I mean, he cares if if you want to kiss his ass, then he'll like you for a few minutes. But other than that, he really don't care. He just wants to be president to be president.
Right.
All right.
What about
be president for life?
Yes.
How do you feel about Joe Biden?
I'm not thrilled with him, but when it comes to politics, you don't always get what you want, like the old song says.
Like you don't
you don't always get what you need either. But you vote for the lesser of two evils.
Mhm.
Who's going to screw you the least?
Right.
Okay. And I think Trump will screw us more.
We got screwed.
Biden will screw us also, but he'll probably screw us a little bit less.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like years ago when Trump was running against Hillary.
Mhm.
I remember Bill Maher went, consider the candidates like trains.
Mhm.
You get on one train, the Trump train, and it's going in the dead opposite direction you want to go in.
Mhm.
You go on the Hillary train, it's pointed in the right direction,
Mhm.
but it's moving really, really, really slow and not doing what you want,
Mhm.
but at least it's almost going in the right direction. And that's the way you got to look at these politicians. Vote for whoever's going to screw you the least.
Yes.
And as far as I'm concerned, I think Biden will screw us less than Trump will screw us.
Mhm.
I like the expression. I'm like I said, I'm a big wrestling fan. I like the expression Triple H gave a couple years ago. I would rather go with the devil I know than the devil I don't know.
True,
That's a
true.
good one. The devil.
So the next one I want to ask you is, how has COVID-19 impacted both of your lives? And do
Actually,
you?
yeah, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, but I was thinking during COVID, that was the peak of our actually acting career. It's funny you asked that because a lot of people didn't want to work, so we got a couple of jobs like Mutt. You got a few, and the ones that produced Mutt, he was another short film, so we got on Craigslist and Backstage, and we belonged to something called TFP, Trade for Print, and where photographers take our photos free to use it for our acting career. So actually during then, and then not just that, we made a couple of dollars. We went a COVID trial for vaccine. So we got the AstraZeneca trial. So we were one of the first ones to get the vaccine.
Yeah, I did personally. COVID didn't affect me that badly on a personal level.
You were essential worker.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was considered an essential worker. All right. But then my boss decided, well, we're going to shut the office anyway. And I went, oh, that's not bad. I can get unemployment. All right. I got unemployment. New York gave us a little extra unemployment. And that lasted basically until until we were ready to reopen. So financially, it really didn't affect me that much. It was more boredom because you were stuck in the house. You couldn't go anywhere. You can go out to go shopping. After a while, how much TV, how much shopping can you do? How many times can you walk around the neighborhood? All right. So it was really just a matter of just preventing yourself from going crazy.
And I like to get free things. So one day Coney Island opened in the summer if you were essential worker. So my sister was a retired nurse and I was a retired medical assistant. So I looked all over for the house for my medical assistant ID and I found it, even though the year was about 2016, they accepted it. And we went on all the rides for free that year, a couple of years ago. So that was for the essential workers. And I like everything that's free. So that was great for me.
Okay.
It's funny. You mentioned retired. I don't know. I think it's funny, but yeah, it's freedom of speech. But not. But I just think it's funny. You retired. It's funny. I'm dancing around the question because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, being like. Anyway, I just gotta say, a while ago, a couple of years ago, people call my mom. It's like, oh, what type of work do you do? Oh, I'm retarded. She's not. It's like, but she meant to say retired. And I was like, what's your husband do? He's been an assistant principal for 46 years. What's he do now? He's retarded too.
They do sound similar.
Yeah.
But it's like a tongue twister. It's just like I say I'm autistic. He says, am I autistic? I try to act autistic when I don't want to shake hands because I'm germphobic, and I know that's a symptom. No touching. So that's kind of a benefit for me when he says that.
I guess so.
So the next one I want to ask you is, you were going to like this. What song did you listen to this morning, this afternoon? What song did you
Well,
listen
we
to?
we like
And
the Beatles.
oh, they're really good.
Yeah, I'm a Beatles and a Rolling Stone fan.
Absolutely, Painted Black's a great song.
Painted Black is one of my favorite. Yes, and
And
of course, I can't get no satisfaction.
another great one.
Yeah.
And when he was younger, he even resembled John Lennon a bit.
Well,
Oh, nice. I'd like to know hear about that. So
no,
you got
I don't know. Some people would tell me that when I was younger and my hair was a different color and I used to wear the big black glasses, I the dog I did have more of a resemblance years and years ago to Woody Allen. And it was also the New Yorkie accent sort of had an effect there. And no matter where I went, when I was traveling, I would get people screaming at me, "Hey, Woody, Woody, Woody." And in fact, it was fun. One time I went into a head shop and I'm talking with the guy and his elderly mother was in the store with him. And she comes up to me and goes, "I'd like your autograph, please, Mr. Allen." And I'm going, nah. I'm not Woody Allen. These, go away. And she goes, "Please, I need your autograph." So the guy pulls me to the side. He goes, "Just give it a fucking autograph already." He goes, "She thinks you're Woody Allen. Give her the autograph and say a few things to her." So I gave her an autograph. I chatted with her. I left and she was happy.
And a couple of people thought I resembled Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I even saw Matthew Broderick after a Broadway show, and I gave him a kiss on the cheek.
He wasn't too thrilled with that.
He's a funny actor. He did some movies were kind of like, not funny, not great. But personally, I have no problem with him.
Yeah, I liked
Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller.
And he was also in Cable Guide.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I bring up music for the next one, was there a song that kind of titles your life? Or let's say if you had to pick a song that would be a theme for your life, and was there a song that's helped you, influenced you to become who you are today?
Well, for me, I like Girls Just Want to Have Fun because I feel that life is too stressful. Just let your hair down, even though he's not a girl, but he should let his hair down and just like go with the flow.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Life, I always think of I can't get no satisfaction. That's
a
the song that always pops in because that's life. No matter what happens, you're not getting any satisfaction.
It's
You
funny.
may get it temporarily, and then some other crap will happen. That's always been one of my favorite songs.
No, you can have a great, perfect, and I'm an example of this. So you guys probably are examples of this too. You have a great day, and all of a sudden you have one thing, one prick that ruins the entire thing.
That kills it. And that's what sticks in your mind for that whole day. Yeah,
So
that's the whole thing. I used to listen to that album constantly. But unfortunately, it got destroyed in Hurricane Ida because it was in my basement and there went my record collection.
And I'm 20 years younger than him, so I like Madonna and Cyndi Lauper.
Funny you mentioned Cyndi Lauper. I'm not butcher her name. Cyndi Lauper. Whatever, speech impediment. She was at WrestleMania.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I always see her in that eczema commercial.
What?
Yeah, she does eczema commercials because I have dry skin too, so I can relate.
Okay.
And I'm from Queens. Well, now I'm born in Brooklyn, but now I live in Queens.
Oh, my grandparents used to live in Queens.
Oh my gosh. We live in the Bayside area.
Oh, nice. I don't remember exactly. I think it was Flushing.
Not far. Yeah.
Or a Bayside. I don't remember.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Bayside is the more like suburbanish part of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's really nice. And they just
have like Brooklyn. And I always say one of my jokes is I grew up with roaches. When I say that, they're like my aunts and uncles. Because I grew up with them.
So the next one I want to ask you, Was there a movie that influenced your same question about the music? Was there a movie that impacted your life? For me, I would say Almost Famous impacted my life.
Mm. I would say the Titanic because we go on the cruise ships a lot.
So you worried about sinking?
No, so I always try to like he'll save me when I do one of those things.
Oh yeah. When she has a bad habit of, well, she doesn't do it anymore. After that stupid movie came out, she would like to climb onto like the gates on the ship and do that thing. I'm king of the world, and I keep going. Now you're gonna fall overboard. Stop that! You're gonna make me crazy. And remember, every cruise, people fall overboard and they're never heard of again. That's it.
I know he's going to save me, so I want him to be my hero.
Yeah, I'll be waving.
No, absolutely. Now, for me, Almost Famous, I was a sophomore in high school. I walked in, I was part of the audiovisual department, and I wanted to be a roadie. Realistically, being a roadie isn't realistic because you have to pay for yourself and all that.
Really?
So I decided I'm going to be a talk show host with learning disability. A lot of people say I use my learning disability as a crutch. I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm not qualified. I said, fuck it. I'm going to show you with a disability, falling under the spectrum or being retarded, because I read and learn at a slow level. I'm pretty, it's like this. You guys read a script or you're taking a test. So for me, it's like, okay, can you read it to me? Can you go over it with me? Can you explain it? Because I learn at a slower pace, I fall under the spectrum. So I created my show for almost 11 years. This June will be 11 years. I did 1,100, and thanks to you, 14 episodes. And I'm showing people with a disability.
That's great.
Look at what I'm doing. But this is not about me. This is about you. It's the last 2 minutes. I'm going to pass it over to you guys.
Yes, it's funny because I just took an acting class, and the teacher said you can have a lot of talent and be a great actor because you're more dedicated. Or you can have a lot of talent and you don't go anywhere. So sometimes perseverance and resilience are better. But that's like me. I could identify because I have PTSD because I told you I was abused and when I was younger, and I might have a little ADD, but I wasn't really diagnosed, But I feel like it takes me a while to get a script. I like improv better because I'm funny on cue usually. But we actually did a commercial for healthcare, PlatinumHHC.com. And we had about 5 lines each. And I would say that was a real challenge, but we wanted to do it. And I believe it was during the end of COVID.
Yeah, it was during COVID.
Yes, and I got the job for both of us. They were looking for people 50 to 80. And I was his family member, and he was the patient.
Yeah, like an old guy who they threatened, we're gonna be putting you in a nursing home for the rest of your life.
So it's like
too bad.
Yes, and usually I don't deal with lines so much, but I wanted to get more line scripts. And
by the end of the thing, I knew her lines as well as my line. And I was able to feed her lines.
And the good thing is it's still on the website. So if I'm ever depressed or down, that I can't get a job in acting, I just go to that website and it's still on. For a couple of years, it's been on since about 2021.
And, something like that. Yeah.
PlatinumHHC.com. And I feel that's an achievement. I don't know about you, but when something's on the website for life,
I don't know about for life.
You just go back and see it. We even did a photo shoot called 218th Street on Vogue Italia, the magazine online.
Oh yeah.
And if you Google Oma Kaplan, you'll see it. And that also lifts my spirits. And I can.
She likes to see herself
on rainy days or like days you're down
in movies, skits, magazines. It gives her a high.
Yeah, and also when you're not working, it feels like it's encouraging. It's encouraging.
All right, like I used to work, and listen, that's what I did. Yeah.
Yes, and we feed off each other. We did a lot of relationship movies, and I got him a few jobs because I go in backstage, Craigslist, New York Facebook groups.
Yeah, she has a habit. She'll apply for a job, like an acting job, but she'll submit my stuff with her stuff. So sometimes they'll look at me and again, now we'll take him, not you. And so that's how I get jobs sometimes, because she's trying to get the job and they go, no, we just want an old guy for this one.
They do both of us once in a while.
Yeah, depends, yeah.
I do have a couple questions for you off the air when we come back to this commercial break. Only on Instagram and TikTok, it's the Sit Down with Keith Andrew. When we come back from this commercial break, we're wrapping up our interview segment. It was a real honor and privilege having you, both of you, on the show. I can't wait for part 2. And until we meet again, I catch you later.
Thank you very much.